Every love begins like spring after a long winter. The air feels lighter, the world seems alive again, and even silence becomes sacred when you share it with someone you love. In love, ordinary days feel like eternity. You wake up with purpose. You smile without reason. And for a moment, you believe you are safe from the cruelty of time. But hidden inside every beginning is its ending. Hidden inside every kiss is the shadow of goodbye. The first truth is harsh. Every love story carries its wound. If not separation, then betrayal. If not betrayal, then death. To love is to walk willingly into pain. And yet, without this risk, love would mean nothing. The sweetness and the wound are twins. You cannot have one without the other. Why does love hurt? Because life is fragile. Nothing remains still. First, people change. The person you love today will not be the same tomorrow. Their dreams, priorities, even their heart may shift. Love does not always end because of lies. Sometimes it ends because people grow in different directions. Second, love makes us vulnerable. The more of yourself you give, the more fragile you become. You place your happiness in another's hands, and when those hands close, you bleed. Third, our imagination is stronger than reality. We dream of perfect love, eternal harmony, endless passion. But reality is messy. Disappointment comes. Expectations collapse. And when the dream shatters, the fall hurts more than the truth itself. Finally, even the greatest love must bow to death. One day, no matter how loyal, one hand will slip away. Love ends not because it was false, but because life itself is finite. Love hurts because it exposes you. It takes every scar you have ever carried and places it in someone else's hands. When you love, you reveal your deepest fears. Fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, fear of being alone forever. When love ends, the pain is not only about the present. It reopens the past. The child who felt unwanted. The teenager who was ignored. The adult who trusted too easily. Heartbreak reawakens every old wound at once. That is why it feels unbearable. And yet, this same vulnerability is what makes love beautiful. Without risk, love would be shallow. Without exposure, it would be only comfort. And comfort never transforms us. So what can you do when the pain feels overwhelming? Breathe through it. Stop asking, why did they leave me? And start asking, what part of me did this wound awaken? Write it down, so the chaos in your mind has shape. Share it with someone safe, so the silence does not rot you. Slowly, painfully, the place where you were broken can become the place where you are reborn. When love ends, it feels like the end of the world. But it is not the end. It is an invitation to rebuild. First, accept the truth. Do not pretend it did not matter. Pain is proof of love's depth, not its failure. Let the wound bleed, then let it heal. Second, transform pain into meaning. Ask, what did this love teach me about myself? Maybe it showed you your capacity to care. Maybe it revealed your fear of loneliness. Maybe it forced you to face the parts of yourself you ignored. Every scar is a lesson in disguise. Third, rebuild your life beyond the ruins. Create new rituals. Explore hobbies. Seek friendships that nurture your soul. Fill your days with seeds that will grow beyond the grave of what you lost. Fourth, forgive. Not always the other, but yourself. Forgive your mistakes, your blindness, your desperate hope. Healing begins with compassion inward. And remember, time does not erase love, but it softens its sharp edges. One day, you will look back and see not only the wound, but also the beauty that was worth it. Why does love always end in pain? Because love is life condensed into a single experience. It shows us joy and sorrow, union and separation, life and death. Love is a mirror of existence itself. Everything you cherish will one day be lost. But that is not tragedy. That is the very reason love matters. If love lasted forever, it would lose its urgency. If it could not end, it would not move us. Pain is the shadow that makes love luminous. Nietzsche said, "To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering." Pain is not the opposite of love. Pain is its final proof. Do not look for a love without pain. Such a love does not exist. Instead, seek a love worth the pain. A love that, even when gone, leaves you deeper, kinder, more alive. For in the end, the wound is also the place where light enters. Hear these words carefully. You might never encounter us again. Join Silent Fuel and learn how to rise with power.